Welcome to this daily guided meditation practice. This is the Attentive Mind. My name is Nathan, and I'll be guiding you through this meditation practice today. You have found yourself a seated position, a position that is both sturdy and comfortable. And your eyes can be either closed or open. If they are open, your gaze is directed softly and clearly downwards. Beginning a practice, of course, we're coming into it with all of our stuff. Crazy things in the news, problems at work, health issues, financial issues, relationship issues. And during the day, these compound on us. It's 1,000 things to worry about. But we're not trying to get rid of any of this here. We're not trying to push it away or cure problems. Rather, we're going to become very clear about what is really here and now. Begin to become aware of the breath. Not your breath, but the breath. Notice how, without hesitation, there's an inhale. And similarly with the exhale, it happens all by itself. In and out. Your breath doesn't make opinions. It's not concerned about the next breath or getting to the future. The breath doesn't happen in the past or the future. So see if for the next minute or so you can just follow this breath. Watch it slowly go in and out, all by itself, right here. And when you notice that you are lost in thought, thinking about your stuff, the future, the past, your problems, just return to the breath again. In and out. Come back. Come back to the breath. Gentle. Notice if you're focusing or concentrating on the breath, like studying or listening carefully. But see if you can just kind of relax that contraction, that kind of strain of the mind to concentrate with the breath. And rather think of it as a light awareness of the breath. We allow thoughts to come and go as they please, while we are lightly aware of breathing, letting everything be exactly as it already is. Wake up. Wake up from thinking. Thoughts are like shadows. No real substance. Leave them alone. Remain with the breath. In and out. Okay. You can look at the screen. We're entering into kind of a crazy world. And it's not like the world we're leaving behind wasn't crazy. By crazy, I don't mean it derogatorily. I mean it in a derogatory way. I mean it in just a unpredictability that is increasing in our daily life. You know, crazy things on the news, crazy things in the world. What do we do? And we're on this really big change for humanity, this AI revolution. It's a big change. It's not something to take lightly. And who knows what that means? We have our Global affairs, pretty intense right now between countries. Big, big, big countries. Not trying to get political, but the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, when I left Germany because of COVID, I had to go back home because the borders were closed and I didn't know what was going to happen. It was really unpredictable. And I was there, of course, some of you may know, I was there in Germany learning meditation from the Zen master, Hyangak Sunim. And when it was kind of a rush flight out. And when I left, before I left Germany, and because I left in the middle of the night, took the last plane out of Munich, and I texted my Hyangak. I told him this message about how much I thanked him for showing me how to practice, and but how I think these times are unpredictable and I don't know what to do. And this is right before anyone knew anything about COVID. And he sent me back this really long, detailed message telling a story. And there's a story of a Zen teacher and his students walking out in the forest between monasteries, a very famous Zen master. Of course, as you may know, I don't ever know the names of these Zen masters. But he was walking with his students to another temple. And of course, this is in the mountains of China, I think, and it started to rain. It started to really rain. In fact, it started to rain so hard, it started even hailing a little bit. Little pieces of ice were knocking them on their heads. So the student starts freaking out. He's like, teacher, we need to go find some shelter. And he starts running around trying to find a spot. And he finally finds this place, this little kind of cropping onto the side of a cliff, not necessarily a full cave, but just enough so they can stand under, and the rain and the hail won't knock them down. Or they won't get at him. And the teacher's just kind of laughing and smiling. And the student's afraid. And he's like, oh my gosh, that was so close. And right as he said that, he looks up and he sees these stalactites, those rock formations that go down. But they're barely hanging on by their last rock, and they're kind of shaking a little bit. And he's like, he looks up and he goes, there's nowhere safe. There's nowhere safe. And the teacher looks at him and says, right. Which is why practice is the most important thing to do. Because we can't control what happens. And we're fighting a losing battle. You will die. And I don't mean that morbidly, just, it's the way of things. You can't win forever. And everything we do, when you're sad, when you're happy, that is your mind. When you're excited, that is your mind. When you're looking at your love of your life, or your children, that's your mind. Everything experience is through the mind. So what else is more worth looking at? The heavy storm of the world will go here and there. Sometimes it's calm, sometimes it's wavy. But we can always look at our mind. Just sit. It's really the only thing worth doing. And my teacher, after sending me this story, he said, there is no safety in this life. And he was kind of telling me it was useless for me to go back to the States. You won't find safety there either. But I did anyway. But and then at the end of that message, and I always repeat it here, he said, it doesn't matter where you are, Nathan, wherever you are, just practice. Whatever is happening, whatever you're doing, whatever is going on, just practice. Which is why I give this to you as well. Whatever is happening in the world, whatever is going to happen, whatever is not going to happen, whatever is out of your control, practice. Whatever you do, just practice. And of course, I'll be here for you every day a guided meditation, although I do suggest you all learn how to practice on your own, which we'll get to that later. Thank you for your time, and as always and without exception, I'll see you tomorrow.